Alright, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the foundation right here. So it's called Phoera, and it's supposed to be a full coverage foundation, soft matte, long wear, liquid foundation, naturally flawless, oil controlling, lightweight feel. The back of it says up to 24-hour matte without the flat. Airlight texture finish, hides imperfections for a smooth complexion, oil-free and silicone-free, gives you flawless full coverage, reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, available in various shades ranging from light to deep. I can't quite remember the shade range, but again, it's so hard to find shades online, so hopefully this one works out for me. I'm not too familiar with the brand, so I just went off their like swatches and it's not that helpful, but hopefully it worked out. Directions on the back say always shake before use to activate. I don't know what that's about. Pump foundation onto the back of your hand. Start with one pump for medium coverage and build for full. Pick up the foundation with your brush, starting in center of the face, working outward. Blend well into jawline, then yada yada yada. Alright, so I got mine in the shade Sand number 105, and this is what the bottle looks like right here. It's in a pump. It's a plastic bottle. It's nice that it does have a pump. I swatched it on my face, and I think it's going to work out, so hopefully it does. Let's start with primer. Since it's already a very mattifying foundation according to their like description, I'm going to use the Combo Control. This one is a nice like medium. It's not too dry and not too moisturizing. So if you do have more of like combo skin, which sometimes I do, then this one will be nice. I don't really like using matte on matte. So if it's a matte foundation, I don't really like using a matte primer. Now, I don't even know if I mentioned this. I got it off of Amazon. This is the only place I've seen it. The reviews were really good, and I think it was only like $8 or $9. So I'm going to link it down below for you guys. I don't know where else you can find it other than Amazon. But, I mean, if you have Amazon Prime, it's easy to get, free delivery, and about $8 or $9. So yeah, I forgot to mention that, but Amazon is the way to go for this foundation. So I'm going to shake it well because it says shake well for activation. I don't know what that means. And it did recommend a brush, so I am going to use a brush. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Buffing Foundation brush to spread it all out. Oh yeah, I think a brush is going to definitely help out because this is a very thick foundation. Alright, so I'm just going to apply it. I'm going to work in spots because I feel like it might dry out if I do the whole face and then blend it out. Let me zoom you guys in. The color, if it doesn't oxidize, is going to work out just fine. Wow. I was afraid that I was going to be too matte, but I feel like it has more of like a skin-like finish, which I'm not mad at. And I'm still using the one pump that we did at the beginning. I'm not finding a scent on this foundation either, so that's nice, especially for those of you guys that are very sensitive to smells. I'm not really sensitive at all, but I know a lot of you guys are, so it doesn't have a scent in my opinion. This is also applying really nicely with the brush, so I don't want to fuss too much with a sponge if this works just fine with the brush. I actually really like the finish of this foundation. It's actually looking very, very nice. And again, I was afraid that it was going to be a little too mattifying. I'm going to zoom you guys out. But it still has like a natural skin-like effect. And I didn't use all of the pumps, so next time I'll probably just use a little bit less than normal. Alright, so for concealer, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Full Wear Infallible Concealer in the shade, I think this is golden. Oh, it's just amber. And I'm choosing this one because since the foundation is a little bit more on the fuller coverage side, this one is too, so they'll complement each other well. And I'm going to use finally the Papa sponge from Shop Miss A that a lot of people seem to rave about. I like the sponge. It's nice and bouncy and soft. I've never, can you guys believe this? I've never tried the Beauty Blender. Anybody else? Like, am I the only one that's never tried it? Because I've never justified spending $20 on a beauty blender, and even when I see it online, it's still not as cheap as I would want it to be for me to justify purchasing it, so I've never used it. So I feel like I can never say it's just like the beauty blender or comparing any, sponge to it. But I know what I like, and this one seems really nice. Alright, to set the face, I'm going to use the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Powder. I can't get enough of this powder. Sorry if I'm like just using it and using it all the time. It's just a really good powder. And for the price, you really can't beat it. Just gonna put this. I actually also like how this powder wears with foundation. Like for example on the T-zone and areas where I would normally get oily fast. This powder seems to control oil pretty well. I don't feel like I have to set the rest of my face, so I'm literally just setting the under eye and my T-zone. That is it. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. And I'm going to sound like a broken record, you guys, but you need this brush for bronzer. Especially if you guys are just getting into bronzer and are afraid of overdoing it. Or are afraid that you're not going to blend as well. This brush is really going to help you guys get like a nice flawless look. For blush, I'm using the Burt's Bees blush in the shade, I think this is Shy Pink. A really pretty blush. A little bit on my nose. And then for blush, I'm just using the Stila Twin Cheeks Kitten and Bronzer Duo. Just for a little bit of highlight. I think I said blush, I meant highlight. My hair looks wild. I cut it, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning. I'll show you guys at the end how it looks though, because right now I have that little bow thing, so it's not going to be easy for me to show you guys. I'm just going to finish off my eyes with a little bit of a liner. I'm going to use an angled brush and the Naked Reloaded palette. I'm just using this dark brown right here just to line my eyes a little bit. I am not going anywhere, so I strictly just want to test out this foundation. And then I'm going to put a little bit of gloss. I know I don't usually, but I kind of want to today. This is the Revolution Pro Hydro Gloss with collagen, hyaluronic acid, and peptide. This one right here, I think it's in the shade Summon. It's a nice, pretty brownie shade. Alright, so there is my face all complete. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit so you guys can see the finish of the foundation. I should have done this without doing the complete face, but this is what it looks like right now. I think it looks absolutely pretty. I mean, my skin still looks like skin. It's not completely blurring, but it evens out the skin tone. It's not, considering that I didn't really set this area, it's not too sticky or sticky at all. So that's what it looks like. The shade Sand is working pretty well for me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you could tell, but it does look a little bit makeup-y. It comes with the territory when it's a full coverage foundation. You almost run the risk of it making it look like it's a little makeup-y. So that's what I'm kind of noticing. It's not bothering me at all. Like, I don't really get bothered by it. Sometimes I think that the powder has a lot to do with it. I might have powdered a little too much as well. I don't have it here, but I am going to spray my face with the Pacifica matte spray just to kind of bind everything together, and I think it'll look fine just like that. So I'm gonna go about my day. I'm gonna do a check-in. What time is it? It's 1:36 right now. I'll come and do a check-in in about 4 hours just to see how the foundation looks. I am gonna show you guys in natural lighting on my iPhone, so that's the next clip that you guys are gonna see. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right guys, I'm back. I'm standing right in front of my mirror, right in front of my window in natural daylight, and I'm filming on my iPhone. And I wanted to show you guys my haircut. I used to have it past my boobs, so I cut a pretty good amount. It was driving me insane. Oh, and I got engaged. Oh my god, I have so much to tell you guys. I know I already did a try to get ready with me, but I think that's what I'm gonna do for my next video, just cause I feel like I have a few things to tell you guys. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about my haircut or my engagement, most likely I'm gonna do try to get ready with me, or maybe a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll be more than glad to touch on those topics or questions, whatever you guys have. But yeah, this is the foundation right here up close in front of my window. I actually really like how it looks. I like the finish. It's not too matte. I mean, it looks a little bit more matte because I powdered, but where I didn't powder, this is highlight, but where I didn't powder before the highlight, I feel like I still had some like skin-like glow. Nothing too dewy, obviously, because it is at the end of the day a matte foundation, but I feel like it looked more skin-like than matte, so I'm not mad at it. I like it. I like the color. Sand 105 worked pretty good for me, and so far so good. I'm actually enjoying the foundation. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It's actually, right now, I'm gonna say it's one of the lightest feeling foundations that I've had that is considered a 24-hour matte full coverage. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna test it out for 24 hours, but I am gonna try to test it for as long as I can. It was 136 when I finished applying it. I'm gonna try to push it towards the end of the day, see how long it lasts. It is a 90-degree day. I'm not gonna be out too much, but I am gonna go out a little bit just because I have a dog, so I have to be outside with her for a little bit while she poops and pees and does her business, play with her and stuff like that. I am a mom, I have a kid, so I'm gonna put this to the test as much as I can. But yeah, that is how it looks right now. I'll check you guys in a little bit, about 4 hours, give or take. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. So it's 6:17 right now, so it's been a little bit over 4 hours, almost, yeah, 5 hours, almost 5 hours since we last put the foundation on, and this is how it looks right now. All right, so I do see some settling in my fine lines. That is normal. I feel like a lot of foundations do that, but you can't really tell unless I do this. I am a little shiny in my nose, but not a lot. Considering how hot it's been, I have been outside a little bit. I do see some like shininess around my forehead, but other than that, I still feel like it looks the same since we applied it. I'm actually enjoying it. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like I still have enough coverage. But yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I think right now, so far so good for almost 5 hours. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. The next time you guys see me, it's gonna be towards the end, just to give you guys my final thoughts of the foundation. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right guys, I'm back. It is, oh, is that in focus? Yes, 9:19. So it's almost been 8 hours. I just really need to get to bed, so I'm gonna finish it right here. I wanted to let you guys know my final thoughts. I enjoyed this foundation. Of course, I do look a little bit oily right now, but considering that I really didn't blot at all, I think I did it once throughout the day and that was it. If I have to compare this foundation to others that I've used in the past, I would say it is a definite close, I wouldn't say dupe because I don't think it's like a high-end foundation that it's mimicking, but it's very similar to the Hard Candy Glamour Flash foundation. It has really good coverage. It lasts a long time. I think that the Glamour Flash might last a little bit longer, but nonetheless, I feel like it lasted a really good amount of time. The only thing that I see that is a little bit shiny is my nose, and if you guys have been following me for a long time, then you guys will know that typically my T-zone is an area that gets oily no matter what. And even then, I don't think that it looks all that greasy. So I want to see how it looks with me touching it up a tiny bit. I'm just going to use whatever I have in front of me. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect. Powder my nose a little bit because I feel like that's what's looking a little shiny. And then just a little bit above my eyebrows. I think that is all. Well, I don't need it, but I'm doing my whole face, I guess. I do see it gathering around my eyebrow, but not terrible. On Amazon, in the description, it does say that you can use it as a concealer. I didn't really feel the need to use it as a concealer because this is a very thick foundation. I wouldn't want to really put it underneath my eyes, but it's kind of nice to know that it has that concealer qualities So it gives you an idea of how much of a coverage it's going to give you, especially if you guys have more to cover. I think it will definitely be something that you guys would be interested, especially like I said, if you guys have acne, dark spots, things of that nature. I think you guys would actually enjoy this foundation. And it's more accessible than the Hard Candy Glamouflage. Not everybody has a Walmart around them, and Walmart won't ship out for free unless it's $35 or more. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you can always order it through them. And then if it doesn't work out, Amazon's return policy is amazing. So yeah, I don't know what brand this is. I've never seen anything else from what they carry, but for the first time using their foundation, I wasn't disappointed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and if you guys have any questions that I didn't touch base on as far as this foundation, leave them in the comment section below and I will be more than glad to help you guys out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.